Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. On this day, 71 years ago, on the 25th of April, 1953, Francis Crick and James Watson published an article in the scientific magazine Nature. And it was the first article that described the double helix structure of human DNA, seen as one of the great breakthroughs in modern science. Now, very often I talk about Christian scientists. I talk about scientists who were led by their faith to explore the universe, and many of the most influential scientists throughout history were indeed guided by a faith in Jesus Christ, because God is a God of order, not of confusion, that there should be an order and a plan in his creation that we can discover. However, Crick and Watson were not believers. In fact, they were both quite staunch atheists. In fact, part of their research into the whole thing of human DNA was that they thought if they could explain what it is that makes us human, that would in some way disprove God. Which I guess just goes to show that you can be a tremendously intelligent scientist and yet still not think very smartly. Because, whatever we find about how our bodies are made up, about the wonderful intricate structures within each of us, that does not imply that there isn't a God. For me, it has the opposite effect, because when I see how wonderfully we're made, the Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and to see that confirmed in science is a wonderful thing indeed, and that strengthens my faith in Jesus Christ and in God the Father. Now, here's one of the things, because of this double helix structure of DNA, DNA is in every living organism. Even the very simplest, single cell organisms have DNA within that one cell. And that actually, for me, is a big argument, not against God, it's an argument for God. Because if these things were just happening by accident, how on earth could something as complex as DNA find itself in every single living organism that has ever been discovered? It's not something that would just happen by accident. And years ago, people used to describe how life would have begun. Well, it was just a simple single cell. But what we've discovered more and more is that single cell is not simple. It's got complex parts within it, including this amazing structure of DNA. In fact, many scientists, or a number of scientists, including Watson himself, actually suggested that rather than the first life on Earth just developing by chance, it was actually placed there by aliens, because this had to come from somewhere. And the fact is, life had to come from somewhere. Life didn't just spring out of nothing. It had to be created by something. Why on earth would somebody want to believe that we're created by aliens, of which we have no evidence of aliens, whenever it is much more straightforward and logical that we are created by God? And that's why every life form has this DNA mapped into it. It's like the fingerprints of God on everything that he has created. And so even when atheists are doing their best to try to disprove God, they end up even providing more evidence for why we should believe in a creator. God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.